Hey guys, so after the monumental accomplishment of installing the pin switches for the lights in the truck yesterday, truck didn't have pin switches, so it did involve drilling 2 holes. Anyways, I'm going to tackle something a little easier. I'm going to replace the harmonic balancer on the engine and the fuel pump. Both of those got damaged in the incident with the chain breaking when I was installing the engine, so finally getting around to replacing them. So they may not have been, critically damaged. The pipe got kinked on that one, so it's not, the fuel pump is probably not going to be usable no matter what, but the harmonic balancer might have been okay, but I'm not going to take a chance with it, since you can break a crank with a bad harmonic balancer in one of these 6.5s. So I'll do that and see what we do next. Definitely, harmonic balancer puller is the only way to pull one of these things. Came off so easy, it was ridiculous. So I'm going to grab my new harmonic balancer, lube the seal on the back. You can see this one still has some oil on the back of it. And put that one back on. And then I'll put the pulley back on. Well, nothing like your harmonic balancer installer to make putting a new one of these on pretty easy. That's already bottomed out. I'm pretty sure it is. There's no way for me to see behind. But nevertheless, I tightened up to the point where I didn't feel like reaming on it anymore. Yeah, can't see it from really any good angle. Oh, that doesn't look right. Well, we'll see what happens when I put the bolt on and go from there. Okay, there you go. New fuel pump is on. So that's the end of those things. Those have been parts have been sitting in the cab for a long time. Okay, now what? Well, I really should probably put that heater motor in, so let's just do that. We're going to just do a whole bunch of random stuff under the engine, in the engine bay here. But that's going to suck big time. And that's because I'm going to have to take the hinge off in order to get the motor in there, because there wasn't a better way to do it where the motor was 4 inches over or 2 inches over or whatever. Okay, so I got the motor in and I did test it and it worked with the truck here, but I came to the realization that I need to extend this wire by probably about 6 inches. That's the one that goes to the motor. I suck. Quit zooming. I wish you could lock zoom. But in any case, I have to extend that wire by probably about 6 inches, and I'll cut this grommet off since I don't need it. Anyways, so I'll do that and we'll go from there. Okay, so the heater wire has been extended, and here, a little bit of probably a little longer than it needed to be, doesn't matter. But unfortunately, my Sonic branded battery charger purchased at the Federated Provincial Cooperative Limited in Nipawin, Saskatchewan appears to have died. I'm going to crack this thing open and see if I can figure out if it's fixable, but yeah, I think it might be dead already. Too bad. Well, I guess the Napa one has to take over and see if it'll last. How long have I had this thing? Probably close to 30 years. So, regardless. Later, guys. Well, it shouldn't be too big a shock that this thing has failed. Look at the mess inside of it. I added that capacitor at one point when I was using this to charge batteries when I was racing RC cars. But I needed a smoother output, so I put that giant capacitor on the output. But that's not the problem. Now, as you can see, I'm getting a decent voltage, but that's the voltage before the rectifiers. Both taps on the output of the transformer are given right around 13 volts. But if I go and I switch this over to DC after the rectifiers, you suck. This is a shitty unit. Anyways, check the output. There's not a nothing on the output. So both those rectifier, one or both of those rectifiers have died. Yeah, it's not the connection because I'm touching to the heatsink there. I'm assuming that's why it's there. Yeah, probably too bright an idea to short that to the case. Although, no, it doesn't matter. It's already connected to the case. That's the ground output. Okay, so I got to dig up some rectifiers, and then this thing should be functional again. So, yay, it's not toast yet. So let me find, hopefully I've got a bridge rectifier that's, I don't know, around 20 amps, and that should be plenty for that. Overkill. Okay, so that's what the problem is. The diodes were bad. Bridge rectifier wouldn't have worked, so I just found 2 heavy-duty diodes. Hopefully these are going to be heavy-duty enough. The data sheet was ambiguous. It seemed to imply that the better heat, well, the longer the leads, the higher the current capacity. I guess because it could dissipate the heat better, regardless. So we got 16 volts, so I'll figure out a way to wire these 2 diodes in, or that diode and that other diode that I've got sitting down there, actually, because that one's actually still got the leads on it, so it's actually halfway useful. Anyways, we'll see what we can do with this. Okay, the solution ended up being deceptively simple. I didn't replace the diodes, just a bad contact. It turned out after I pulled the plate that attaches the diodes out, those diodes are actually just being held in there with pressure. So I just cleaned up the ends, and they work now. You know, so the Sonic is revived. Okay, well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot.